The Labubu bubble just hit its breaking point. 6 months ago, people were paying thousands of dollars in Labubu for a toy that costs $30. Today, those same toys are selling for less than retail. The scalpers are panicking, the collectors are in denial, and Pop Mart, they're celebrating. Let me explain what just happened, because this is the craziest corporate move I've ever seen. Pop Mart deliberately destroyed their own secondary market. They flooded production, killed the scarcity, murdered the resale value. On purpose. Why would a company nuke their own hype machine? Because they saw what we're about to show you. The data that proves this whole thing was about to explode anyway. $870 million. That's what Labubu made in just the first half of 2025, a 668% increase from last year. One toy line, 35% of Pop Mart's total revenue. From a rabbit with teeth. But here's the number they don't want you to see. The resale prices in Thailand just crashed 90%. 90% in 3 weeks. Remember when everyone said this was the next Beanie Babies? They were wrong. This is worse. Because Pop Mart weaponized it with technology Beanie Babies never had. Lisa from Blackpink, she didn't just collect Labubus. She turned them into a fashion statement, wore them as bag charms, posted them to 93 million followers. Thai royalty started collecting them. Fashion Week made them runway accessories. That's not organic, that's engineered virality. And it works so well that Pop Mart just raised prices to $28 in America while keeping them at $13.50 in China. They're literally charging Americans double because they know we're suckers for Asian trends. But the party's over, and Pop Mart knows it. They just told CNBC yesterday they're happy prices are crashing. Happy. They want the bubble to pop because they have something bigger planned. They're transitioning from scarcity model to volume model, from exclusive to everywhere. JPMorgan released a report 2 weeks ago. The analyst basically said Pop Mart's stock is about to crater, not because Labubu is failing, because expectations are so insanely high that even massive success equals failure. Let me give you the real numbers that matter. Blind boxes are 61% of Pop Mart's revenue. The gross margin? 66.8%. Apple makes 43% margin on iPhones. Pop Mart makes more profit margin on plastic toys than Apple makes on the most advanced technology ever created. That's not sustainable. That's extraction. And the extraction is almost complete. Thailand was their biggest success story, biggest overseas market. Labubu was named Amazing Thailand Experience Explorer, official tourism ambassador, a toy representing a country. Now, Thai collectors are sitting on inventory worth 10% of what they paid. The forums are melting down. People are rage quitting. The community is eating itself. Singapore just went all in with a month-long Labubu takeover at Vivo City. Giant installations, exclusive releases. They're trying to squeeze the last drops of hype before it dies. Classic bubble behavior. The biggest parties happen right before the crash. Here's what's really happening. Pop Mart is pivoting. They filed patents for AI personalized toys, digital integration, metaverse collectibles. They're abandoning physical scarcity for digital scarcity. Your next Labubu won't be in a box. It'll be in your phone, generated by AI specifically to trigger your personal psychology. They studied what makes you buy, and they're going to synthesize the perfect toy for your broken brain. The company literally said they're not worried about Labubu dying because they have the next 10 characters ready. They spent years building the addiction infrastructure. Labubu was just the test. The real exploitation hasn't even started. You know what's insane? People are still buying. Right now, today, while I'm recording this, the September releases are selling out even though everyone knows the August ones are worthless. That's the power of addiction. Logic doesn't matter. History doesn't matter. The crash is happening in real time and people are still chasing the dragon. A collector in Bangkok just posted that he spent his house deposit on Labubus in July. They're now worth less than his monthly rent. He's not alone. The Thai forums are full of financial horror stories. But here's the kicker. Pop Mart's revenue is still growing. 200% increase in sales, 400% increase in profit, while destroying their own market. They're extracting maximum value while burning the whole thing down. The counterfeit market exploded. China's pumping out fake Labubus so good even experts can't tell. Pop Mart doesn't really care. Every fake sold is brand awareness. They're playing a different game now. They just announced the Monsters series, Labubu's Friends. Same mechanics, new addiction. The cycle starts again, and people are already lining up. Investment banks are modeling Pop Mart like a tech company, not a toy company. Platform economics, network effects, user acquisition costs. They're treating plastic rabbits like software. The West is the final frontier. America's just starting to catch the fever. Europe's ramping up. Pop Mart's betting Western markets will cushion the Asian collapse. They might be right, but probably not, because this isn't about toys, never was. This is about the commodification of dopamine, the industrialization of FOMO, the weaponization of collecting. Every company is watching, learning. Disney's already copying the model. Amazon's building artificial scarcity engines. The future of retail is gambling. Pop Mart proved it works. In 5 years, everything will be blind boxes, groceries, clothes, electronics. You'll pay not knowing what you get, and you'll convince yourself it's fun because they've trained you to love uncertainty. The human cost is staggering. Divorces, bankruptcies, suicides. Pop Mart doesn't track these metrics. No earnings call mentions the therapy bills, the broken families, the financial ruin. But they do track engagement, time in app, purchase frequency, lifetime value. You're not a customer, you're a data point, a dopamine dispenser to be optimized. The September 2025 numbers are in. Sales up, prices down, volume exploding, value evaporating. It's the perfect storm, the beautiful disaster, the profitable apocalypse. If you own Labubus, you're already too late. The smart money left in August. The institutional investors are shorting. The writing's not on the wall already fell. Pop Mart will survive, thrive even. They'll IPO again, make billions more, launch new characters, perfect new addictions. The machine doesn't stop, it just finds new fuel.
But Labubu? Labubu's dead. Walking dead. Still moving, but already a corpse. The September Vivo City event is a funeral disguised as a party. Thailand learned the hard way. Singapore's learning now. America's about to learn. The same lesson every bubble teaches. The same one nobody ever learns. When everyone's buying, sell. When celebrities promote, run. When governments notice, it's over. When companies flood supply, the end has come.
Pop Mart just showed their hand. They don't believe in Labubu long term. They're already on to the next thing. They'll burn through characters like Silicon Valley burns through apps. This is the new economy. Not building value, extracting it. Not creating joy, monetizing it. Not making toys, making addicts. And it's working. My God, is it working. 6 billion yuan in 6 months from plastic, from nothing, from manufactured desire and artificial scarcity. The bubble hasn't popped. It's deflating, slowly, publicly, while everyone watches and nobody stops buying. That's the real insanity. We see the crash happening and still participate. Share this, not because I need views, because someone needs to hear it. Your friend posting Labubu hauls, your cousin taking loans for toys. They need to know what's coming. The October releases are already planned. November's in production. December will be huge. Pop Mart's counting on Christmas to mask the collapse. One final extraction before the reckoning. Don't be part of it. Don't be exit liquidity for smart money. Don't be the guy holding worthless plastic when the music stops. The Labubu bubble is over. The aftermath is just beginning. And the next bubble is already being inflated. Stay liquid, stay skeptical, Stay away from blind boxes. This is September 2025, the month the toy market died, and nobody noticed because they were too busy buying.